Lance Silverwolf here with Little Empire. When you're putting together woodcut pieces from Little Empire, here's some tools you might be needing. Wood glue is going to come in handy. You can also use super glue for putting these together, but super glue is going to lead to a lot of sticky, messy fingers. I do recommend the wood glue. Acrylic art paints, a paintbrush, some paint trays, a razor blade. Always be careful with knives and blades. A little bit of sandpaper, pencil, a couple craft supplies like that always come in handy. And for putting together some of these buildings, towers, and trays, you might use a small rubber mallet to gently knock some of these pieces together. When applying glue, you want to apply a couple beads of glue and then use your finger to dab at it and spread it along the piece. That way you're not getting glue blobbing out of the sides or anything. Most of the time though, you're just going to need your trusty wood glue to put most of these together, and that's going to work best for you. We are putting together the Little Empire dice tower right now. Open your bag, take out your pieces, set them on the table. Make sure you got everything out of there, looking good. Little Empire card. Here are the pieces for your dice tower. These are the inside pieces of the dice tower. Here are your two main side walls. The roller coaster, the back, front, and the end piece here. These are the dragon mouth pieces that I'll show you how to put those on. That's towards the end. And this roller coaster piece, if you want to, you can glue it and attach it to the back here. But also if you want to just have it freestanding and maybe put some minis on there and pretending you're going on a Dungeons & Dragons roller coaster ride, feel free. However you want your adventurers to enjoy it. Dice tower, grab one side. We're going to be placing a lot of pieces right here. Some of the tolerances are very tight. On these edges are a little looser so you can wiggle it into place. First piece going on is this back piece. You'll know all the pieces are inside and outside. The insides have no scoring. The outsides have this scoring or etching right there. Along the back, 4 pieces. You're going to have to wiggle it in. Might take a little bit of pushing, a little bit of wiggling. Might help to set it down until you wiggle it in place. But should be nice and firm and tight right there. Then we're going to be taking the bottom piece. It doesn't matter which way it goes here. 2 inside pieces, same thing. Doesn't matter which side it goes into. Top piece. And then the front piece right here. This is going to go right up in the front. Sometimes again, you can set it down and wiggle that in place. If you need to, you can take a little bit of a tap with a light rubber mallet. Nothing too hard, just light little taps till it falls into place. Now, this next side piece, this is going to take a little bit of wiggling and a little bit of work. I know you can get it if you stick to it. Just because there's a lot of intricate little pieces to go together here, so there's a lot of wiggling. It's great to start along this back edge and then work your way over. And then you might get a little piece in here and a piece pops out down here. Just be patient with it. You can get it all to stick together. So I'm going to take these 4 tabs and slots along the back and kind of line those up and get those sitting almost in place. As you're doing that, what you're going to do is wiggle underneath here these side pieces until you can almost see it right through that slot there. And this way, you can pop in through the front here, wiggle it here, because this isn't going to go together until almost all those pieces are together. Here, this piece slid in first, so I'm going to kind of work my way from there. Come along this back, almost like a zipper, work your way up right there. It's coming along. You might have to wiggle this front piece over here, wiggle this piece here, reaching up and inside a little bit. You can see it slide into place right about there. You can feel it kind of pop right in. And then this front piece, again, you're going to wiggle it a little bit, wiggle it a little bit, wiggle everything, give it a little wiggle. And everything should be slowly getting close to falling in place. There we go, a little farther along there. Again, you can give it a little just light tap with the hammer. You can see that kind of pushes it all down in place. You can also use the side of your fist a little bit. Take a little bit more time. There we go, getting closer. With a little snap at the end. That should all be right in place there. All the edges. These will pop out just a little bit on the side, just to make sure they don't slip out in any way. But that's it. You can see from the top, all these edges should be in place. And if you added glue along there, make sure you squeeze and hold this thing for a little while so it all glues solid in place. If you want to put a clamp on it, you can. This wood glue you apply along, obviously, the inside of that line there. Dab it with your finger until it smooths out. You don't want globs of glue coming out. If you do get globs of glue at all, you can come in with something sharp, a toothpick or a razor, and just clean those up. That's the nice thing about wood glue. Before it dries, you can get in there and kind of rub it right off there. There we go. That's the base of the dice tower. You can see how those pieces come down inside, comes out the front, your 3 places where the dice hit. Next, we have this small front piece, and that's just going to slide nice and easy. You can add glue right on the inside edges right there, both sides, and then slide it right down in there. Hold it in place, let that glue set. Maybe squeeze it from the sides as well. Everything should be solid and glued feeling now. If you want to, you can add this roller coaster right to the back here, this roller coaster cart. And now the front dragon mouth pieces. It's going to go in a specific order. 1, 2, 3. These 2 holes here go in these 2 tabs and sit right down here. Here we go. This first one right there. It helps with this one to make sure they're going on both at the same time. If you have one then the other, it's hard to work it around over that other one. So again, you're going to line them up and slide them both in at the same time here, like that. This next is the mouth. You'll see the scoring marks are on the outside to show you which is the outside. This mouth one. Now this is going to, these teeth here, line up right to that edge. And then finally, you're going to add some glue to the back of this piece here, dab it along, thin it out. And then these parts go right down in those slots there, line it up. And there you are. That is your dragon dice tower. Looking good. Let's see how it rolls. Rolling good too.